All right, guys, of course, this is part 3 of me reorganizing my bookshelf to be my TBR, also known as my to be read. This is the final part, part 3. Welcome to Bookshade. And of course, I am your host, Amira Blaze. So, all right, guys, this has been quite the long journey, okay, to get this settled. So in part 1, that was a long live episode. What I did was I focused more on my vampire romance. And now, today, what we've been working on is this right here. So this is more of like my historical fiction and fantasy, but now we're getting to the good stuff, okay? So what we're going to be focusing on in this final part, I have to give a disclaimer once again. What we're going to be talking about is what is called new adult age gap romances, as well as dark romances. This includes things like mafia romances, for example. So as a disclaimer, once you get into the wonderful world of dark romance, you start to deal with a lot of sophisticated and in your face and direct, mature like themes, okay? So this is not going to be for all adult readers, so viewer discretion is advised, okay? These are books that I would highly suggest, because of the mature themes that can occur in these type of books, to do your due diligence and do some very thorough research, because this is it can get really hot and steamy and all that, but it can also be a very intense experience, okay? So I just wanted to give that disclaimer right away. So we're gonna start with the tamer stuff, and then we're gonna get into the more you need to base a turkey kind of heat, okay? So the first books I have here, these would be considered more of, some of them would be more of your like new adult age gap. Some have the new adult age gap and some don't. But let's get started here. So this is going to be more of the tamer stuff per se. So I got this not too long ago. This is a book that's called Wounded. Yeah, it's a Brookside romance by A.B. Brooks. So this is more, about if you're into more of like the music romances, that's what this is. So pretty much what happens here is this guy named Liam, he falls in love with his nurse that takes care of him. So that's it, by Abby Brooks. There we go. I cannot talk, guys. It's been a long day. Okay, so by Abby Brooks, it's called Wounded, and it's a Brookside romance. So excited to read that one. So let me go ahead and see what I got here. Okay, so make sure this is gonna fit. Okay, I see what happened. Okay, so I have to do it like that. So put those on the side right there. This is the one I'm really excited about. This one is called Bishop. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day once again. So this is Bishop, a Frat Chronicles novel by B.T. Olturera. I have never heard of this author, but I love the cover. Oh, I just love like guys with like pierced nipples like that. That looks so hot, and the tattoos too. Oh, so this one is about a guy who gets out of the army and then he joins a fraternity, and then all hell breaks loose. So yeah, definitely new adult themes. But yeah, that it just looks cool. The cover looks cool, but I'm sure the story is probably just as steamy. Okay, so we're gonna put that one right on top there. All right, next we have, this one looks a little more tamer, but this is The Road Home, and this is a Langsley Park series. This is the first book in the series by Krista Sandor. So this one is about her like dealing with her past, and then she meets her long lost crush. So that one sounds kind of typical trope, but sounds interesting enough. All right. Then we have here, this is Christina Beck with Lives Collide. This one sounds like tragic. So the protagonist, when she was a young lady, she dealt with a situation that put her almost into a near-death situation, and then this guy helps her get out of her car accident, and then they fall in love. So this one sounds really intense. So that's how that one looks. The cover looks cool too. Whoa, keep like dropping stuff. All right. Very excited to read all these books, guys, and review them for you. It's gonna be a good time. And then the final book here of the more lighter, tamer books here, this is Serenading the Shadows. Oh no, okay, now we're getting into the dark romance. Sorry guys. Sometimes when you have a couple of books, what tends to happen is like you start to forget. But yeah, now we're getting into the dark romance, okay? So this is one here called Serenading the Shadows by Jody Larson. Ooh, those abs though. He looks very sexy. So yeah, so this one, it sounds like, just from reading the synapses here, is pretty much the protagonist just wants to have some normalcy in her life, but then chaos ensues. And this, I have a feeling this has some like dominance and like S&M kind of like dominance and that type of thing, dominant, submissive, BDSM themes going on. So yeah, definitely do research before attempting this one. So put that one right there. All right, so now we're getting into some of the more, how can I say, juicier stuff. So I'm gonna start with the light juicy stuff again, and then we're getting into the dark, okay? So of course, like I mentioned before, this is actually, I've heard, really good, but I gotta get the audiobook because I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic. But this is Gray, okay? So what Gray is, guys, this is very similar to like Midnight Sun, where you have Edward telling his perspective on Twilight. Well, this, my friends, is Christian Grey retelling his version of the events that happened between him and Anastasia within the first book. Now, I don't have the second book, which is darker, but I'll probably listen to it on audiobook, and I'm sure it's gonna be really fucking good. But guys, this book, from the reviews and stuff, some people say it's kind of hilarious in some parts, because Christian Grey has like no heart in some parts. So that's why I got this one. And then of course, this is the very legendary series that everyone keeps asking me to review, so I may have to reread these with the audiobook. This is the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. So I have 50 Shades of Grey, I have 50 Shades Darker, which to me, this is the better book, because you start to see Anastasia is not like just doing whatever, Christian tells her in some parts. And then of course the conclusion, which is 50 Shades Free. Now the movies are not that great though, especially the first movie. The acting was so bad, but the second movie and the third movie kind of redeem itself. But like these books, guys, I don't know why they get so much praise, because if you really think about the relationship between Anastasia and Christian Grey, it's just not healthy. It's really not. I like the soundtrack and stuff, and there's some parts of the movies that are, you know, kind of funny and entertaining, but it's not a healthy relationship. So that's what you have to remind yourself. And this is a very, you know, this is on the lighter end, guys, of like when you think about, you know, 50 Shades of Grey here, this is on the lighter end of the BDSM spectrum. This is very vanilla, trust me. Okay, now there's still mature themes throughout the book, so viewer discretion is advised with this series. It does tackle topics within like BDSM, and there's a lot of sex talk up in here, so if that's not for you, this is not going to be for you. So this is on the low spectrum of BDSM, as well as on the low spectrum of steam level. That's what I'm gonna call my rating for like the hotness, is gonna be the steam level. Okay, but overall, if I could like rank them, honestly, I like Grey. Just from what I read so far and what I've heard, it sounds fucking hilarious. So all right, so we're gonna put those right behind there. Okay, so now we're getting to the good stuff here, and then I have one more surprise for you guys here on the side of what I need to put away. Now this is a very extravagant steam level. Okay, like the heat level is on. This is dark romance. Okay, so the first book I have here, this is called Dark Side of the Sun. The Bastard Gentleman. Let me read the synopsis to you here, guys. It says, Arbella, the Baroness of Ecliffe, knows her life is nearing its end. For years, the young widow has been hunted across England, running from her past, thrust onward into the desolate wastes until there's nowhere else to hide. With the little time she has left, her desperation has driven her into the arms of an extremely sinister man who desires more than just her company. Okay, so pretty much you have this bastard gentleman, as he calls himself. His name is Gregory Harrow. And yeah, he does not give like two shits. Like he wants her and everything, and he will go to extreme lengths to get that to happen. So yeah, definitely guys, a lot of disclaimers with this book. I haven't read it yet, but from what I've heard, this is it's pretty steamy. So looking forward to it. All right, so now we're getting to some intense stuff here. Okay, so definitely do your research. Okay, I have this trilogy of books. I don't hear a lot about this author. Her name is Kat Shihata, and if you're into Russian, like the Russian mafia romances and stuff, Russian mafia romances are really popular in the romance booktube community. But this one, I decided to give it a try. It was highly recommended too. This is called Russian Tattoos, and here's the first book that is called Obsession. Okay, so let me read the synopsis on this. Okay, falling in love isn't a crime, but falling in love with a Russian mafia boss could be deadly. Competitive tennis player Carter Crook wants a taste of freedom. Her overprotective father monitors every aspect of her life. So when she becomes employed by Vladimir Ivanov, a sexy Russian with an array of tattoos and an accent that weakens her knees, a bit of danger is within Carter's grasp. Behind her father's back, She enjoys spending time with Vladimir at his lavish estate. But is he really the upstanding businessman she believes him to be? So pretty much Vladimir, guys, is like the godfather of a Russian mafia like crime ring and all that. He spent like 5 years in prison, and he is fucking ruthless, and he does whatever he needs to do to get what he wants, and the relationship between them gets really intense. But she's starting to kind of have second, like, she's contemplating herself because he's a dangerous man. So yeah, there are intense themes in these books, so make sure you do your research before attempting to read these, because they can be shocking. Okay, so then here's the second book in the series. This is Russian Tattoo's Prisoner. The covers are really nice. So yeah, this one is also very intense as well. And then you have the final book here, which is Russian Tattoo's Criminal. So apparently this is supposed to be really good. They look like quick reads as well. And I'll find out if they have an audiobook to them, because that would be cool. But yeah, from what I've heard, this trilogy is no joke. Okay? So I don't have a lot of like mafia romances and stuff. I just started reading mafia romances. Now I do like the new age, I keep saying that, the new adult, the new adult age gap romances. I really appreciate those. So, all right, so that's all that I have for that. Okay, now the grand finale here. Ah, man, this is a heavy one. This is heavy. Okay, so finally the moment also you've been waiting for. I decided, guys, to get all of the current books that Sarah J. Maas has, because it seems like Sarah J. Maas is like the it author right now. I mean, there's a couple, but a lot of people really like her work. So I decided to buy, her books to see what the big deal was. Now, as a disclaimer too, these books are considered new adult, and they're also known as mature YA, so viewers' discretion is advised with these books as well. So the first one I have here is her recent series that came out. This is The House of Earth and Blood. They had a really good sale on this on Amazon, so I was like, yeah, let me get that. All right, put that there. And then I decided to get her A Court of Thorns and Roses. So this is A Court of Frost and Starlight. So this is the only hardcover one that I have. Then I got A Court of Thorn and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, and then Court of Wings and Ruin. So I'll put that first because that one's a little bit thicker. This actually worked out perfectly. So the other ones that I couldn't fit, I'll have to put those like downstairs in my storage. So yeah, apparently these books are a little bit dark too. I think I could, let me see here. Actually, I will. Yeah, I will put these too. Okay, guys, you will not believe, like, once again, I got these from Dollar Tree. Okay, so got them for $1, brand new, you know. So this one is Kristen Feehan, and this is the Dark Carousel. So this is her Carpathian series. So this one, I believe, yeah, it has vampires and stuff. So I got that. So I will, let's see here. Yeah, I can put them right there. All right. And then I got Janine Frost, because a lot of people like her work too. And this is her vampire series. It's called the Night Prince series. So I got Into the Fire. All right. So now, the other moment that you've been waiting for. I also got, guys, I was really fortunate. I got this. Look how cool this is. This is the box set of the complete set of her first series, which is called Throne of Glass. So this is the one that a lot of people talk about besides her other series. But I was like, you know what? It was on sale. I couldn't resist. I got it. So there we go. And it also includes here the Assassin's Blade, which is kind of like, it's kind of like The Witcher, kind of like that, the prequel or whatever. So got it all there. Okay. So I'll just put it like this, because that's the only way it's gonna fit. All right, and there we go, guys. We have my second shelf is completed, and I have it all in the order that I want to read. So we're gonna start on this side. Once I finish this side, we'll start on this side with The Witcher, go through Game of Thrones, Sarah J. Maas, then all of these, that, and then go in the back and finish all of those as well. So I hope, guys, you enjoyed this process, because it was a lot of fun for me to do this and all that. But yeah, it was very enjoyable. But yeah, you can keep in touch with me, guys, the following ways. I am on both Twitter as well as Instagram, which is at bookshade1. Okay, and keep those recommendations coming, guys. I really enjoy it. I really look forward to it and everything. So all right, guys, well, I'm gonna get out of here and get some rest and all that. So like I always say, guys, remember that reading is Halloween. All right, guys, I will be talking with you guys coming up on Wednesday. Take care.